Hello again. It's been a while, so I thought I should give you an update with a summary of my latest gaming activity and not unfortunately the kind of battle report you're used to. Except for some introduction activities to bring new blood to the 9th Age scene, I haven't actually played a single game since the Swedish Championship. It's not that I don't want to, but I haven't had the time for it. But as it were, last weekend, or perhaps the weekend before that, depending on when this video is uploaded, I at long last got some games in, as I attended a club tournament fairly nearby. It was a one-day free game tournament with 14 players. I had expected to do really well, so when the pairings for the first game gave me Nils and his Ogre gun line, my optimism got a small beating. The reason for this was that my list was mostly the same as from the championship, but for a tweak where I cut back on magic and shooting and brought another altar priest instead. This means that the Ogre gun lines is still about as bad as it gets for me, matchup wise. But I still had some hopes that I could outmaneuver him, so I didn't play that defensive as perhaps I should have. So I got some pictures from this game and the others too, which I will sift through and talk a bit about each game. So for this game against Nils, I went for the first turn, since I thought I needed all the shooting I could get. In the end, it didn't help me, since the only hits I got until turn 5 was on his cats. So my plan to begin with was to thin out his mercenaries with shooting and try to get some combo charges off on his Death Stars with the help of the impossible in the middle that looked like a ruin. Even though shooting and magic was useless, I felt that I was in a good position at turn 2 with the BSB coming around his right flank and his mercenaries too far away to be of any immediate threat. This all changed at turn 3 as I stupidly placed the blades in the way of a charge from the tower guards, and his cannon puts 4 wounds on one of my altars, so I have to hide it behind the hill. Because of my sloppiness with the blades blocking the charge, the BSB has to flee a charge, and the blades eventually die after killing the bombardiers. Since I still haven't killed a single mercenary, the tower guards go to avenge the blades by killing the scrap launcher and then expecting to be run down in combat in favor of getting shot down by the mercenaries. This turn, on the other hand, both shooting and magic hit, and not just one bolt thrower but all of them. So 4 mercenaries go down, and with some conga sneakiness and a bit of luck, I might actually get some more points out of this game. He decided don't want to risk the mercenaries, but the Death Star get in, and in the end I actually get half points for his general while getting away with my own alive. It makes it just a 12-8 loss, which I consider fairly lucky on my part for such a bad matchup and sloppy play. So I didn't feel too bad after that first game, even though I lost. But going into game 2, I looked forward to it, but who do I get paired with but for Olof, the only other ogre player at the event. His list looked something like this, and as you can see, the only difference from Nils' list was in the chef department. So another awful matchup, and I have to go for a win or give up any hope of a decent placing. I deployed very defensively in the corner and planned to use the tower to my advantage while shooting as many mercenaries as possible. He got the first turn and moved up full speed. So already at my turn 1 I see an opportunity to get his mercenaries out of the way without them even getting to shoot. To make this happen, my altar needed 10-inch charge on his Keen Eater, and then an 8-inch overrun into the mercenaries. If I make it, he can't charge with his Death Star because of the terrain, and I think I have a decent chance of grinding his mercenaries, or at least taking advantage of the situation by good supporting opportunities. The Altar makes it all the way into the mercenaries and kills the champ. So I try to delay his Death Stars then for one more turn by charging the chariot into the flank. But luck isn't on my side, so he kills it straight off. I couldn't come up with any good way to chef it either, so he makes it into the Altar before I can get any help in position. So the Altar takes a beating and eventually gets killed after breaking, but before that both my BSB and Blades get killed, and he feeds all the chaff he can muster to the Tower Gods, effectively keeping them out of the game, but for contesting the middle. The Blades died because I foolishly thought they could survive one round of after charging the Death Star. Actually, the remaining ones died running through the tower, but they didn't stand a chance nonetheless. The BSB opened up really well, killing 4 mercenaries on the charge, but on the comeback the remaining 2 threw up 5 poisons, and since the BSB had been shot by a cannon earlier, those poisons took the last 3 wounds off. In the end he cleaned everything but my prince and the guards off the board, while he on his part had his Death Star, 1 mercenary with 1 wound left and a cannon. He also managed to contest the middle by a millimeter and thereby won 15-5. Here I was a bit disappointed, since I think I deserved a bit of a smaller loss, at least, since I played a decent game most of the time. Again, only throwing away the Blades in a stupid way. So things aren't going the least as planned, but at least there are no bad matchups left. So in the last game I'm up against Håkan and his Kingdom of Equitaine, which is nice since I have never played them, and it's been like 4 or 5 years since I played their Warhammer counterpart. Looking at his list, I didn't see how this could go wrong, so I tried to wait him out to see where his knights were going, and when he went for the first turn I picked the matchups as well as I could. He opened up a bit too offensively, giving me an altar charge on his monster killing lord and wasting 2 lances, going after 2 lone bolt throwers on the right. Blades and a unit of corsairs takes a beating, but managed to clear out the left flank and get the breakthrough point. The altar break and chase the monster killing lord off the board, and he charges lords and the lance into the guards, who cuts them down as soon as they get in, and the guards then get into the questing knights with BSB and does the same to them. It ends with a standoff with his last lance in my back corner, and since he only killed 2 bolt throwers and half the blades, it's an easy 20-0 win, and at least I got 1 win this day. So, well, placing 7s, it didn't go that well, but I had a really nice time meeting some really great people. So, with the 1.2 update out, I'm excited to get some more games. I don't think you should expect that many battle reports in the near future. Not only because I don't think I will get that many games in, and making the usual battle reports also takes a lot of time that I don't have at the moment. So I will try to make a video now and then and keep you updated, and when things change I might pick up the pace again with a new update. I've done some lists, and unfortunately it was quite a lot of changes, so it feels like I have to start over again with the list building, and as some of you might know, it takes a while for me to really get a list that I want. But at this point, for the Dread Elves, my alternatives looks a bit like this. And I want to try these two lists out a bit to see which I like the most. And we'll see how it evolves. And I also want to play some games with my other armies. And I also have started to collect and paint an Orc and Goblin army that I really want to put on the table. But for tournaments, I probably will stick to the Dread Elves a while more. So we'll see what happens. I hopefully might go to another tournament early next year, and then the season begins again. So we'll see what happens. But until then, take care and have fun.